The night was silent, but the forest was breathing. French soldiers marched through the darkness, lanterns shaking, rifles raised. They had chased this man for months, burning villages, cutting supply lines, closing every escape route. This time they were sure. Samory Touré had nowhere left to run. At dawn, they reached the camp where Samory's army had been seen only hours before. Smoke still curled from dying fires. Arms were scattered. Footprints covered the mud. The French commander stepped forward, expecting to see bodies or prisoners. But there was nothing. No soldiers, no people. An entire army of thousands had disappeared. This was the moment Europe realized they were not dealing with an ordinary king. They were chasing a strategist who understood the land better than they understood their own maps. A man who could make an entire empire vanish without leaving a single trail. But who was he before he became a ghost? Years earlier, Samory Touré was just a young man from the Wakulu region, raised in a world of shifting alliances and constant danger. His childhood wasn't touched by privilege or royal wealth. He grew up like any other boy, tending cattle, learning the paths of the forest, and listening to elders tell stories of warriors who defended their homeland. Then everything changed. One day, raiders attacked his village. They burned homes, captured people, and took Samory's mother as a slave. For most men, this would be the end. But for Samory, it was the beginning. He tracked the raiders, offered himself in exchange, and became a captive just to stay close to her. He spent 7 years among them, learning their tactics, their politics, and their weaknesses. When he finally escaped, he didn't return as a broken man. He returned as iron. Samurai began gathering followers, not through fear, but through loyalty. He protected traders, settled disputes, and built trust in a region poisoned by uncertainty. Slowly, people started calling him the Protector. He formed alliances, trained warriors, and positioned himself where tensions were sharpest. But Samory wasn't building a kingdom. Not yet. He was building something much more dangerous, his reputation. He watched the rise of European power along the coast. He heard stories of kingdoms collapsing under French guns. Where others whispered in fear, Samory studied. He wanted to know everything: how they fought, how they negotiated, how they controlled, and most importantly, how to resist them. As conflicts between African clans grew, Samory stepped into the chaos like a shadow. He offered peace to some, strength to others, and fear to the ones who challenged him. Within years, the Protector had become a leader. The leader became a commander, and the commander became the heart of a new empire rising in West Africa. But the world was changing, and France was watching. Samory had built an army. Samory had built loyalty. Samory had built power. But what he did not know was that a storm was coming, one that would force him to use every ounce of intelligence, strategy, and courage he had. And soon, the entire world would know his name.